Okay, well done. You are up to the next stage in your class notebooks. You're here because you're ready to learn about interpreting line graphs. I'm going to run through it quickly with you now. I'm making this video during recess. There's going to be another cryptic question at the end of this video. Well, I'll tell you the question now. What do my fingers smell like? Ooh, don't skip to the end. Just keep the suspense up. I'll tell you what they smell like in a couple of minutes. But I'll share the work with you now. Alrighty, interpreting line graphs. So you're going to make meaning from a line graph in this class notebook worksheet. So you just need to remember to locate the relevant coordinate on a line graph, and you guys understand Cartesian coordinates super well now. Then the next step is to look at the x-axis and the y-axis and make meaning out of those axes, depending on what those axes are representing. So there is a really great video in here that you can watch that is about a guy who loves apples, and he makes a line graph out of that. And I'm going to skip down to the first question, right? So the first graph is about Australian dollars to British pounds and Australian dollars to Brunei dollars. So look at the graph at the bottom of this question and answer the following questions. How many, oh, that doesn't make any sense. Alex uses these two conversion graphs. How many Brunei dollars are equal to 250 Australian dollars? How many Brunei dollars are equal to 250 Australian dollars? Okay, so I'm going to go to the Brunei dollars graph, and I'm going to use the x-axis because that's where the Australian dollars is, and then I'm going to go to the relevant coordinate point. Now it says it was talking about 250 Australian dollars. So I'll go to 250 on the x-axis and go up to the line and then across to find the coordinate point for the y-axis, and that's 300. So now I'm going to make meaning from the two axes. So 250 Australian dollars is equal to 300 Brunei dollars. So that would be the answer to the first one. Okay, now I'm going to skip down to some more questions. I'm going to go to the time versus distance graphs right at the end. So you're going to have a go at interpreting line graphs by answering these questions. Now, please watch this video because it does tell you exactly how to do the work. In fact, it may tell you some of the answers even. But I'm going to go to this graph. So this is a time versus distance graph because it's got time on the bottom of along the x-axis and distance in the y-axis. So between graph journey to town. Okay, so this person is traveling to town. So from their house, I assume, from 8 a.m. until 8:30, they travel 6 kilometers, right? So I've tracked up to find the coordinate points. That is 8:30 in the morning and 6 kilometers, right? So they travel 6 kilometers. But from 8:30 until, what's that, 8:45, 35, 40, 45. Yep, so 8:45. So between 8:30 and 8:45, they don't travel at all because they're not, see how it's still at 6 kilometers? Then from 8:45 to 9 a.m., they go from 6 kilometers up to 10 kilometers. So in that 15 minutes, they travel 4 kilometers because they go up to 10. So that's how a time versus distance graph also works. Okay, that's it. You can have a good crack at this worksheet now. Oh, and I almost forgot. My fingers, they smell like mandarin because I just ate a mandarin. Yummy.